editor, Business Today, Sedhat Zarabi, is also with us. Sedhat, what's your take on what the Prime Minister said, reiterating that there is a personal price to pay, but they're willing to take it? Very tough decision, really, as far as India is concerned, to not succumb to the pressure from Donald Trump. But here comes a double whammy of doubling of tariffs. India is going to clearly suffer in all of this, isn't it?
Sneha, the moment the tariffs went beyond what was the pre-April rate, whether it becomes 50 or 100% doesn't matter, because it is clear that exports to the United States will see an impact. There will be some disruption. So that's pretty much factored in. And I can say that our trade negotiators and the decision-making establishment had factored in a negative possibility all along. But what is the most significant part right now from the Prime Minister's latest statement, and without taking names, he has made it very clear that the onus to blink on preventing a full-blown Cold War, so to say, on the trade and economic front with India is now on President Trump. Prime Minister Modi has made it clear he is not going to blink. That is, I think, the centrality of the message in the last 48 hours. This has been evolving situation, but as of now, with these remarks, it is very clear that 500 million people to take care of. And this is not about politics, as some people might suggest. It's about farm sector livelihood. It's about decades and decades of a carefully constructed food security architecture, which cannot be done away with or dismantled due to the whims and fancies of one particular leader. And that's the centrality of the point. And I would just end by saying that the proposed visit of the U.S. trade team later this month, as and when, if it were to happen, it's very clear that India is now drawing red lines once again. Those red lines had already been made clear to the U.S. side during closed-door negotiations. What is now interesting is that those red lines are now being made public for the world to see and understand what India is willing to do and unwilling to consider.
All right. Be with us, Sedhat. In fact, Samajwadi Party leader Rajiv Rai is also with us. Rajiv Rai, your take on what has been said by the Prime Minister. A personal price to pay. On one hand, we are seeing doubling of tariffs in India. On the other hand, we are seeing Pakistan really cozying up to the US. Your take on the current situation as far as the tariff war really is concerned, the fallout of it?
First of all, this government should apologize to nation for being so sycophant with the Trump, Abki Baar, Trump Sarkar and Langotia Yar, all those. I mean, they're clueless. They're clueless where to lead, where to go with the foreign policy. First time we are seeing totally bankruptcy of our foreign policy and foreign activities. Whatever today we are facing, just because government is clueless, directionless, spineless, and speechless. So they should take up the responsibility of whatever today is happening with this. And this is again my Honorable Prime Minister's this emotional dialogue. This will not go well with this country now. Enough is enough.
You know, Rajiv Rai, at the end of the day, we also have to factor in that we're dealing with a rather whimsical sort of a leader in President Donald Trump, who has taken decisions which may send out confusing signals as well, isn't it?
No. We all say whole country is with the government and army. But this BJP government keep bashing us and projecting us as anti-national. No other country will do. When there is a war, when there is enemies on our doorstep, and all the parties are there, we should send a signal that whole 1.4 billion people are together. They keep talking something which has no meaning, and that is the reason this U.S. has gone to the extent that cozying up with the Pakistan and distance. Now you are not good with any other country. None of the neighbors are good with us. Who should take up the responsibility? Not a single country stood by with us when there was a crisis. Someone has to take up the responsibility, no? For that also Nehru or opposition has to be blamed.
All right. I'm going to leave it at that for the moment. Rajiv Rai of the Samajwadi Party, they're talking about the fact that it's the BJP government to be blamed. Why did they walk an extra mile, in the sense that those slogans of Abki Baar, Trump Sarkar and all that really seems to have backfired here with the Prime Minister now essentially talking about the fact that as far as this personal equation is also coming, there is a price to pay. He's ready to pay it. However, the need of the hour really is to protect our agricultural sector, says the Prime Minister.
समझौता नहीं करेगा। हमारे लिए अपने किसानों का हित सर्वोच्च प्राथमिकता है। भारत अपने किसानों के, पशुपालकों के और मछुआरे भाई बहनों के हितों के साथ कभी भी समझौता नहीं करेगा। और मैं जानता हूं व्यक्तिगत रूप से मुझे बहुत बड़ी कीमत चुकानी पड़ेगी, लेकिन मैं इसके लिए तैयार हूं। मेरे देश के किसानों के लिए, मेरे देश के मछुआरों के लिए, मेरे देश के पशुपालकों के लिए आज भारत तैयार है।
All right, I'm going to go across to Congress's Manikam Teor also at this hour. Manikam Teor, your response to what the Prime Minister has said. Clearly, there is fair amount of pressure on the government, but the Prime Minister is saying that there's a price to pay, a personal price to pay. I will pay it because the interest of the farmers comes first. This, of course, in the context of Trump really doubling down on the imposition of tariffs and bullying us, or at least trying to bully us.
Yeah, the Prime Minister is a master in his words, and he always uses very hard words, and we are expecting action from him now. Not only the words, there should be actions, because Mr. Trump has announced that 25% plus 25% tariff, and we are just hearing the words from Prime Minister after a long gap. But he should act now. Prime Ministers must act, not only speak. Good to hear his words that and make that statement in Parliament, but he is making this in the address to the MS Swaminathan Foundation. That's a good thing, but we expect action from him.
But I also want to ask you, Manikam Teor, that in principle, do you agree with what the Prime Minister has really said now? That, we can't allow access to our agricultural sector. Our farmers' interest and the interest of our fishermen really comes first here. Do you in principle agree with that?
Yes, we stand with farmers, and we hope that the government keep its word. Let us not forget that 700 plus farmers martyred themselves for the fight to protect the farmers' rights against this government. That is Mr. Modi's government. Therefore, these words, high-granding words, the big slogan words, all good. But in real terms, what is the action? Protecting the farmers' rights is the most important thing. Farmers, 700 plus farmers martyred themselves to protect their own land and own cultivation. This is the government on which we are speaking about it. But with the Trump administration, the fight, let Prime Minister call Mr. Trump that he is doing this to attack India.
Okay.
Modi is not at all ready to mention the word Trump here. 28 times he has called us that he has done the deal, and now 22 times he has increased the tariff. He is threatening, blackmailing us on these kind of words, and we are silent.
All right. I'm going to leave it there for the moment. Manikam Teor there of the Congress party, though the Prime Minister has now clearly spoken about how the interests of the farmers come first. I think that message was sent out loud and clear by the Indian government, and hence the kind of bullying tactics that we're seeing on the part of US President Donald Trump.